We're started a new month. Can you tell? Totally new energy. I love it. Thank you so much. Yes, new month. Immersed in Perfection is the month of May. Immersed in perfection. That's what we are. Immersed in perfection. And today's talk is the good life. Ah, the good life. The good life. I love it because that is the truth of us. We are immersed in perfection. We are. We live, we move, or we have our being within this energy, which is God. It is simply who and what we are. We are immersed in perfection. We are perfection down to this cellular level. Perfect. What? You know, that little human race conscious mind goes, wait, what? Perfect, you say? Hell no. Perfect? No. Yeah, I've got this thing, you see. I've got this thing that happened, and you know, or you know, I have this story, or I've done that, or you know, I need to fix this, or there is some aspect of my personality I'm working on, or this, you know, physical body thingy. You know, I need work. I need work, you know. My eyes are like drooping a little bit here. I need my fat sucked out over here. I need my cheeks lifted. Come on, it goes on and on, right? Don't you have a list of all the things, you know, that you need fixing? I'm hardly perfect. Hardly perfect. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to reframe that word. We're going to reframe it because we have this wonderful expression, right, that says we're whole, perfect, and complete. Don't we say that a lot here? We say that a lot. I think you hear this more here than you do at work, right? You're whole, perfect. Wouldn't you love your boss to say that? You're whole, perfect, and complete. Yes, you are. Okay, so you're whole, perfect, and complete, and it's a wonderful phrase, whole, perfect, and complete. We are whole, perfect, and complete. So let's kind of just deconstruct that just a little bit. We are whole. We have within us everything that we need to live a self-actualized life, a fully actualized spiritual life of the divine in form. All of the qualities of God exist within us. We are whole. So let's say them together. Remember all those qualities of God? Abundance, balance, beauty, freedom, joy, love, order, peace, power, unity, wholeness, wisdom, all of that. And there's probably more. I always throw harmony in because I like the word. There's a lot more qualities, but those are like the big 12, okay? So all of those qualities exist within us. We are whole. We are whole. It's all there. All the divine qualities, all the qualities of God exist within us. We are whole. Perfect. That's the second word, perfect. So let's look at the word perfect. And we think, again, the human race conscious mind goes, oh, you're not perfect. You know, you need all this work. You need this. You need that. You need to go here. You need to get that. You need to read this book. You need to go to this class. You need to whatever, right? We're always on this self-improvement thing where we're constantly trying to approach perfect, but we don't think we're perfect, really. Nobody's perfect, right? How many times have you heard that? Nobody's perfect. If I think I'm perfect, if I stand up and say, I'm perfect, you think I'm delusional. Nobody's perfect. Well, you know, when we think of the word perfect as flawless, you're right. You're right. I'm not perfect. Everybody has flaws. Everybody has things. Everybody has a unique, individualized expression of spirit. However, each one of us is the perfect us. You see what I'm saying? No one else could be you. No one else could be you. You know, you're the only one that can be you perfectly. You are the perfect you, and nobody else can take your place in it. There was only one you that was ever created. It'll never be created again. There's only you. You are the perfect you. Okay? So that means perfect. There will never again be another you. You were put together individually, unique, one of a kind. You are the perfect you. And when we say perfect, we can also mean lacking nothing. Perfect has some interesting little definitions, right? Perfect can mean flawless. Yeah, that's true. But it can also mean lacking nothing, as in, you know, a chemical equation. When it's balanced, it's perfect. It's lacking nothing. It's lacking nothing. And we can say that about ourselves. We are lacking nothing. Because why? Because we said before we were whole. We contain all of the qualities of God. If we are containing all the qualities of God, we're lacking nothing. That makes us perfect. Nothing is missing from our formula. Everything is there. Nothing has been left out. So we are whole and we are perfect. So within us is everything that is good, everything that is God, everything that we have, we can use to create that fully self-actualized life of spirit and form. So you can see there's a lot of crossover with these terms: whole, perfect, complete, whole, perfect, and complete. There's a lot of crossover. It's almost like we can't say one without saying the others. So complete, that's the third word, right? Complete, containing everything we need. Also, complete in this moment is complete. Right here, right now. This experience is complete. This sentence is complete. This service is complete. This moment in time, right here, right now, is complete. Just as it is. Right now, in this breath, it is complete. The world is complete. I lack for nothing. Right here, right now, in this moment, I strive for nothing. I am attached to nothing. It is complete. This moment is complete. This moment is complete. This moment is complete. Just as it is and just as it is not. Without the restless need for more, for different, or for better. See, the ego, I love this. I found this quote online someplace. And you know that guy Anonymous, man, he writes a lot of stuff, okay? Because this was by Anonymous. It says, the ego is impatient because it knows its time is limited. The spirit is patient because it knows it's eternal. I love that. So the good life then is knowing we are whole, perfect, and complete just as we are. We are whole, perfect, and complete. Everything is contained within us. We have everything that we need for this perfect, wonderful outpicturing of life. And then, as we're sitting immersed in this perfection, human race consciousness begins to whisper in our ear. Everything is perfect in this moment. Everything is perfect in this breath. And yet, it whispers, you know, if I had a little lumbar pillow behind my back right now, these brown chairs would be more comfortable. Everything is perfect in this very moment. And yet, you know, if the room were a little cooler, it would be better. It's just perfect as it is. I'm attached to nothing. And yet, if it were a little warmer, I would be happier. It's perfect right here, right now. God, how can she wear so much perfume? It's perfect, just as it is. Oh, what is it I need at Albertsons? No, wait, I got to stop at the dry cleaners on the way home. All of a sudden, this perfect moment that is complete just as it is gets infiltrated by this human race consciousness. All of a sudden, things aren't perfect anymore, are they? We're in the future, or we're in the past, or we're thinking about something, or we're lacking something. We think we're lacking something. We think we need something. We're wondering how something from the past keeps coming up into the present and how we're going to handle it, or how we're going to handle it in the future. We're all over the place, but in this present moment where everything is perfect. Human race consciousness just starts up again, and it takes us right out of our bliss, right into our mess. It's what it does. And the world of duality is a uniquely human construct. God is the good that there is no opposite to. God is the good that there is no opposite to. When we just had all those qualities of God, you didn't hear any negative ones, right? God is the good that there is no opposite. And the human construct comes into it because we're living in a human world. We're living in a manifest world. We've got a foot in each area of our lives. We're spiritual and we're human. So at the level of condition, good has a bad. Abundance has a lack. Love has a hate or a fear. Well, God, everything has a fear. Fear is the opposite of everything, I think. So in spirit, there is no opposite. There is only good. Good, good, good. God is our good. Good is our God. We make up the rest. Breathe. We make up the rest. Our human identity, this thing that we have created when we were born, our human individual identity, our ego, wants to protect us. It wants to save us. It wants to represent us. But it does not want to serve us. Okay? It wants us to serve it. And to that end, when we go to source, when we go to first cause, the top part of the teaching symbol, when we go into prayer and meditation and we go into first cause, we're going over ego's head. It's basically what's happening. And we're going to the big boss, Not our individualized expression, but we're going to first cause. We're going to the big guns. And I've gone over ego's head so many times, it's got athlete scalp. I just got to keep going back there. Remember, the ego is impatient. It knows its time is limited. Spirit is patient. It knows it's eternal. It knows it's eternal. So when you go to source, you're at the top of the teaching symbol. You know that ego is in the middle and the bottom, right? Because it is more invested in the conditions of our lives than the cause. So the ego tries to fix things. That's what it does for us. And it's great, and I'm not saying it's bad, and it's a part of who we are, and we love our egos. It's our individuality. We're not here to try to eliminate them. That would be ridiculous. We'd be just one big blob of humanity. We wouldn't be able to tell each other apart. So I'm not saying it's something bad to be eliminated. What I'm saying is it is the human condition. It is the human outpicturing, and our ego is invested in fixing stuff at the level of the condition. It's invested more in condition than cause. It tries to fix things. It tries to get things. It tries to make things happen. And when you're in that consciousness, you're in your ego. You're in your ego. Our soul, our spirit knows our oneness. It knows we are okay. It knows we've got all the time we need. When we are in first cause, when we know our oneness and we're living from that spiritual, that perfection nestled within us, we know it's all good. We know it's all God. We know God is in charge, and we know all is well. From first cause, we know our perfection. We know our abundance. We know our worth. We align with the truth within us. We create a sacred space that makes all things welcome in our lives. Do you hear how different that sounds? When we align with truth, we transform the energy of love into the energy of substance, into the energy of creativity, into the energy of support. We just keep changing the energy of one thing to another because we have given ourselves permission. We have become a vessel, an open, clear, welcoming vessel. We don't make things happen, we make them welcome. We make them welcome. We resonate with the energy of those qualities of God. We keep aligning with our true nature. We keep standing in the river of God's abundance, and it flows. It flows. We stand in the flow, and we experience good flowing to us and through us and into our experience of life in all kinds of different ways. The difference between operating from ego and operating from truth is the difference between trying to get and being open to receive. And you can feel the energetic difference between those two. Trying to get and opening to receive. Trying involves struggle, it involves efforting, it involves worry, it involves strain. Being open to receive is about making welcome. It's about creating a sacred space in our lives, in ourselves, in our body. It's about making and creating that sacred space and allowing the good to flow into our lives. It means going back to principle when things look like they're in chaos. It's about going back to the truth and giving no energy and no attention to the chaos. That doesn't mean we're denying it's happening. We can look at it and look at that thing I've created again. And know the greater truth about it. Not continue to resonate in the energy of the chaos, but to know the truth. The principle then outpictures. The principle then outpictures. And conditions change. When we are in constant struggle to change things at the level of the thing, what do they say? That's like combing the mirror, right? It's like combing the mirror. Oh, my hair's all messed up, and you do this, It's not going to change stuff. Changing things at the level of the conditions, not changing a thing. All we're doing is combing the mirror. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take back our power. We are going to manifest our good in greater abundance. And that's good in all areas of our lives. I mean, when you hear the word abundance, a lot of us talk about prosperity, we talk about money, but there is abundance in all kinds of things. We can have an abundance of health. We can have an abundance of ideas. We can have an abundance of friends. We are going to take back our power and we're going to manifest more abundance. Are you with me? Yes. Who would like more abundance in their lives? Let me see. Make sure I'm on the right track. Okay, good. Oh, good. Whew. This talk would really suck if nobody wanted more abundance. I am so happy. Okay, here's what Ernest Holmes said. Here's how we begin. Ernest Holmes said this in Money is a Spiritual Idea. He said, every time I talk on this subject, I begin with this. I have no gold brick to sell. There is no get-rich-quick scheme. I have nothing at all to sell you. There is no secret doctrines that will tell you how to make $1 million in a month. Now, that's how he begins the abundance talk. And right here, right now, that's what we're doing. We're growing consciousness. That's really what demonstrating more abundance is growing consciousness. Greater than any consciousness you've had before. It's expanding, it's stretching, it's growing. And here's how we're going to do it. You know the parable of the talents? Anybody? Come on, my metaphysical Bible students, you should know this one. Raise your hands. Okay. Parable of the talents, Matthew something. I don't know, I wrote it down. 25:14. There's also another one that's very similar in Luke. It's called Parable of the 10 Minutes. Okay. Basic story. Boss is going on a journey, gives one of the workers 5 talents, which is equivalent to, I think, like 6 months of wages. I mean, it was big money in those days. He gives another worker 2, he gives another worker 1. When the boss comes back, the guy who was given the 5 talents has doubled it by taking it to the marketplace or doing business or whatever, investing it wisely. Whatever he did, he doubled it. Second guy also doubled his 2 into 4. Third guy hid his in the ground to keep it safe. Okay? Boss man not happy with third guy. And he's not happy to him to the point where he takes the little one that he had and gives it to the guy with 5. Now, wait a minute. Doesn't that sound like some old expression we've grown up with? No. How about the rich get richer and the poor get poorer? Okay, what little he had was taken from him. And where'd it go? It went with the guy with the cash, right? With more of the same. And of course, the end of that parable always winds up with, and there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. I love that. It's just like such a great way to end a story. And there was weeping and gnashing of teeth. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And Ernest Holmes said this about the parable. He said, in his parable of the talents, Jesus said there's a certain man was given a piece of money and told to use it in such a way that it would increase. But the man hid the talent lest he lose it. And there was no increase because he failed to see what he already possessed. Talent, or a piece of money that Jesus was using in the illustration, was just a symbol of spiritual power hidden at the center of every man's life. When it is unrecognized, it is unused. It is like the talent buried in the ground because someone was afraid to go forth, afraid to venture forth in faith. He didn't dare risk his single talent, and so, like an unplanted seed, it refused to multiply. An unplanted seed, it refused to multiply. Now, the other one, the parable of the 10 men, is very similar, a little bit of difference, but very similar. Boss man is going away to another kingdom to be given a kingdom. He gives each one of his workers the same amount, 10, 10, and 10, right? Very cool. And he tells them, go do business for me on my behalf, representing me, and multiply what I've given you. And he goes off to get his new kingdom, and he comes back. Well, the first guy doubled what he was given. Woohoo! Second guy got half as much as what he was given. And again, the third dude just doesn't ever learn. You know, he buried it in the backyard to keep it safe. Keep it safe. He didn't risk anything. He didn't have faith in anything. Now, this boss wanted to punish the third guy, but he wanted to kill him. I mean, have you ever had a boss like that? That's really bad. Not only are you going to get the money taken from you, but I'm going to kill you too. Okay, so there are many different interpretations of these stories, and there's metaphysical implications in them. But really what it is about, it's about serving the world with the talents and gifts we have. It's about not hiding our light under a bushel. It's about taking whatever talents they are, whether we have 5 or 2 or 1. whatever, and using it in the world. Each one of us has gifts and talents to use, and we have to share them. We can't bury them in the backyard. And what I know is that it's energy. It is energy. Hell, even the atheists know that. It's all energy. We happen to call it spirit. We attribute it to a sentient loving energy in the universe. But it's energy nonetheless, whatever you want to call it. And that energy is neither created nor destroyed. It is only converted from different form into different form. Energy that invests itself in physical form and then abandons physical form. All we do is we align with it. We didn't make it. We didn't manufacture this energy. We simply align with it. And we use it. And we convert it. We convert it to the energy of light, the energy of love, the energy of beauty. We convert it all the time. The truth is, everything is energy. Forms come and forms go, but the energy remains, right? It is neither created nor destroyed. It just changes it. So let us prove these principles. Let us prove them. This is what Ernest Holmes said. This is where practical spirituality comes in. This is where we prove the principles to ourselves. Are you with me? Are you game? Yes. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to play a game. Game's going to go on for a month. I have money. I have lots of money. Okay, and I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. Here's the way the game goes. I have $10 bills. I have oodles of $10 bills. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to convert the energy of money into the energy of substance, raw materials, some kind of raw material. We're going to then we're going to transform the energy of substance into the energy of creativity. We're going to create something with the raw materials we purchase. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to create the energy of, I don't know, what else? Let's see, from creativity to product. There you go. There'll be an energy of product. We're going to take that product to the marketplace and we're going to sell it. And then when you've converted the energy of creativity into the energy of money again, there's going to be more of it than just the $10. You see the game we're playing? Okay. By the end of the month, you will bring back your original investment. You will tithe on the money that you made, and then you'll keep the rest. How does that sound? You with me? You know how the game is played? Okay, we're going to start today. We're going to have people volunteer, and if you raise your hand and you volunteer, you got to play the game all the way to the end. And the end is the last Sunday in May. So this is how we're going to do it. We're going to Money May. I love it. It's Magnetic Money May. Okay, let's just make a thing out of it. And what is it? It's nothing. It's energy. It has no value. If someone has $1 million in the bank, what have they got? Nothing until they use it. Nothing until they convert it into something else. This is what we're going to do. We're going to prove the principles that energy is just energy, is just energy, is just energy. It has no value until we start changing it and playing with it and converting it into other things. I know a center that played this game a couple of years ago, and someone took the $10 and bought beads at Michael's, made little bracelets, sold little bracelets, came back with $40. Woohoo! Okay, from the 10. I knew a couple of people who pooled their money together, 10, 10, 10. Somebody put the $40, bought ingredients to make cheesecakes, sold the cheesecakes, came back to the church with $200. Okay? So this is the game we're going to play. We're going to convert the energy of money into the energy of raw materials, into the energy of creativity, into the energy of product, into the energy of money. We're going to come back and we're going to celebrate how we have played with energy, because that's all it is. It has no value. It's so funny that sometimes we take money and we put it outside the realm of spirit. Like, there's God and then there's commerce. Bankers. Okay? It's not. It's all the energy. It's just energy. So I have here. You can hand it out. Take this and write down who's going to play the game with me for the whole month. Okay? Don't go away. You must give out the money.
You get the names first.
Give them a 10 and get their name. We're going to play this game. We are going to push energy around this place. That's what we're going to do. Whoever is willing to play the game with me, sign your name there, take your $10, and at the end of the month, we're going to see what we have. We're going to see what we came up with. Because all we're doing is playing with energy. The energy of money is no different from the energy of creation. It is no different from the energy of substance. It's no different from the energy of health. It is no different from the energy of love. It is no different from the energy of joy. It is no different from the energy of music and song. And if I could sing like one person for one day, it would be Gino Walker. You know what? And I would sing 24 hours straight. It's all the same energy. And so what we're going to do is we're going to stretch our consciousness with this game we're playing this month. This, and along with the Wisdom of Money book study, my God, we will be able to manifest that $1 million in a month that Ernest Holmes said we can't. I think that's a personal challenge, don't you? Yeah, me too. So there it is. This is the perfect life. We're living the perfect life right here, right now. We are immersed in perfection. It's all energy. It's all energy. We get to pick and choose from among it what we're going to demonstrate, what we're going to manifest. We're going to shove energy around. That's all we're going to do. We're going to convert it from one thing to another, to another, to another, and it's going to come back multiplied, pressed down, overflowing. And what we can do with the energy of money, we can do with the energy of health. We can do with the energy of love. We can do with the energy of joy. We can transform all of it into greater abundance of whatever it is we desire, whether it's friendship, whether it's health, whether it's joy, whether it's activity, whether it's jobs, whether it's promotions, whether it's Mr. Right or Mr. Right now. I know how you think. Yeah, I know. So please join me on this journey. Month is going to be a magnetically money-filled month, and we're re-energized. Aren't we re-energized right in this room? I think we also increased the temperature of the room too by about 10 degrees. It's all that energy shifting and changing forms. Thank you so much for hanging in there for this talk. Thank you for playing the game with me. For those of you who have signed up, we'll check in with you at the end of the month, and we will celebrate our good together. We will celebrate our good together. Thank you so much.